Good morning, everybody. Thank you very much indeed for joining this Made Smarter conference hosted by the Greater Manchester Growth Company. And I'd just like to start by thanking the Secretary of State for his message this morning. It's great to have Kwasi's support. We are really proud of what has been achieved in Greater Manchester through the Made Smarter programme. And I'll say a little bit more about that in a moment. But if I could, I just want to start with, if you like, the bigger picture and the industrial strategy that Greater Manchester worked on, underpinning the national industrial strategy. Of course, Greater Manchester has always been a home of manufacturing industry, and we're very proud of that fact. But also, in more recent times, the birthplace of graphene and some of the exciting developments coming out of the University of Manchester, which hold great potential for our future as a manufacturing centre and a centre of excellence in advanced materials. So that's our heritage, and we're extremely proud of that. When I came in as Mayor of Greater Manchester, though, 4 years ago, I made two commitments that I believed were fundamentally important. First, that I wanted Greater Manchester to be the UK's leading digital city region. And secondly, the UK's leading green city region. Now, I just want to say something as to why I made those commitments. I think when we look to the future of industry in the 21st century and the next industrial revolution, people will, I think, look to digitalisation and decarbonisation as the twin forces that will shape industry throughout the rest of this century. And it's my judgment that being a leader in both of those things will make a city region a leader in industry globally going forward. Greater Manchester led the original industrial revolution, and to my mind, there's absolutely no reason at all why we can't lead the fourth industrial revolution, one which will increase our productivity and clean up our air and our environment and meet our climate targets. And it's being a leader in digital and green that I think is going to be the hallmark of success in the rest of the 21st century. So just to give you an update on where we are, on the digital front, we're making great strides. We have a £5 billion digital and tech ecosystem in Greater Manchester, which in the UK context is in a clear second place to London, and we're catching up. We don't like being second in league tables for anything, and we have our sights set on being the top, and we are certainly making great progress. We're strong in digital across the board, and we were recently named as Europe's fastest growing digital and tech hub. So this isn't pie in the sky or wishful thinking. Greater Manchester is developing world-class expertise in digital, as evidenced by the decision of GCHQ to base their innovation hub in city centre Manchester, and by the decision of many other companies in the digital and tech sector to similarly locate a major base in Greater Manchester. So that's the progress on the digital front. Then if we look to the green city region agenda, back in 2017, when I hosted the first Green Summit in Greater Manchester, I wanted to set an accelerated target for a zero carbon city region. And with the support of the University of Manchester and the Tyndall Centre, we have a science-based target for a 2038 zero carbon city region. And that actually differentiates us from other places. Most places have political targets. We have a science-based target. And we are working now with partners Electricity Northwest and Cadent, who are looking to become a major supplier of hydrogen across the Northwest to decarbonise the energy grid. And they say 2038 is doable. And this is exciting because we are joining forces increasingly with the Liverpool City region on this agenda through Net Zero Northwest, a new industry-led body which is bringing together major industrial players across the city region with public bodies such as ours to see if together we can build a critical mass across the Northwest of investable projects that create real momentum. And as we look towards the COP in Glasgow later this year, place us in a position of being potentially a major centre of excellence in green industry if we look at the Northwest as a whole. And I'm really pleased that following my presentation this morning, you will hear from the Mayor of the Liverpool City region, Steve Rotherham, who may well say more about this. But if we have the Northwest as a whole going ahead, 10 years ahead of the UK target, my judgment is that will bring major industrial benefits for us, the benefits of being an early adopter and all of the inward investment that brings. So if you take those three things that I've started with, the home of manufacturing, a growing force in the digital economy, a growing force in the green economy, this is where Made Smarter comes in. Because Made Smarter brings all of these things together and looks at how we might support our traditional manufacturing base to become zero carbon and fully digital, and then realise all of the productivity benefits that will come from that, but also the savings that will come from being more efficient, smarter in the way that we operate. And when Jürgen Meyer put to me the concept and the bid that he was making to the government, I was very quick to back it, because I saw the potential, the far-reaching potential it could have across our city region, and it has had. It is absolutely clear to me that we all need support in taking further steps into the digital world. I can't be alone in being the only person on this call this morning, having gone through a bit of a digital re-education over the last 12 months. I'm sure that's true of many other individuals joining us. But the same is true of companies. Companies may think they're strong digitally, but actually the world of digital and tech changes so fast that there is a need to provide ongoing support to ensure that we are adopting the highest standards, which in the end can lead to higher productivity, better achievement of our climate targets, and therefore supporting more prosperity and jobs in Greater Manchester. I think we should be setting ourselves the goal of promoting zero carbon manufacturing in the city region to tie in with our 2038 ambitions. And for me, Made Smarter is massively a part of that. And I think we also need to be looking at how we might create a physical presence in the city region to bring all of these agendas together. We have advanced plans to create what's got the catchy title of Advanced Materials City on the Rochdale-Bury M62 corridor. This is the Northern Gateway site that offers potential for an innovation cluster of advanced materials and manufacturing companies co-locating with R&D and translational research facilities with the support of the University of Manchester. Early stage funding from the Strength in Places Fund has been secured to create an advanced machinery and productivity institute on that corridor. And the institute will drive innovation for the UK's most advanced machinery manufacturers, and we hope create around 660 direct new jobs and 530 indirect jobs across the city region. So there are big ambitions here. And I think the experience of Greater Manchester in recent years has shown when you do create clusters of industry, Media City being the prime example, you do create critical mass that then builds out and creates a capability and a focal point that can capture world and global recognition. But obviously, Made Smarter is about more than just bringing in the new investment. It's about helping our traditional base improve what they do, and looking to some of the examples of where Made Smarter has made a difference. Clothing manufacturer Creative Apparel has harnessed new technology by building a fully digitised factory 1 mile away from its current base in Stockport. in a drive to improve efficiency and reduce waste, which is fantastic to hear, keeping jobs within Greater Manchester. McKinnon and Saunders, one of the world's leading puppet makers, are using cutting-edge 3D printing technology to create high-quality and accurate components for the puppets that it makes for the film industry. And overall, if you look at what the Made Smarter programme has achieved in its entirety, it's secured around £900,000 in match funding for 47 projects, generating just over £2 million of private sector investment. These projects are forecast to deliver an additional £33 million in gross value added for the city region's economy over the next 3 years, creating 198 jobs. So really delivering and supporting our manufacturing base at this particular time, which of course is so important. As I say, the potential here to become a leader to harness the crossover between the digital economy, the green economy, and manufacturing, I think could give us a unique cluster of strengths that probably wouldn't be paralleled in many other places around the world. When we devised our local industrial strategy, we were clear that we wanted to focus on where we believed we could be truly world class, rather than areas where we wanted to be world class. It was an exercise in honesty, really, and saying, well, where have we got the capability to really punch above our weight? And we've identified the three sectors that I've mentioned, and I think there is growing confidence that we can deliver on it. Of course, we do need the government's support, so I'm pleased that the Secretary of State has joined us this morning. We know the government wants to move away from the industrial strategy and move it forward a stage. We want to work with them on that, but we want to ensure that the knowledge that's been built up over the last few years through the local industrial strategy is not lost. And we also want to make sure that the findings from Made Smarter are played into this work, so that when we get to the kind of the light at the end of the tunnel of this pandemic, that we have a credible recovery plan that will bring in jobs, quality jobs of the future, particularly benefiting the north of our city region, where there is that great investment opportunity at the Northern Gateway, and we want to work with the government to harness the full potential of that. So in many ways, Made Smarter has put us in a really strong place to benefit. You know, it is really important that we support business at this particular moment in time, but as well as having an eye to the future. And what we found always here is that when Greater Manchester aims high, we have a track record of delivering and getting where we want to be. In some ways, the pandemic came at a really tough time for us. We were going great guns, and the level of inward investment into the city region was on a scale that had never been seen before. We are determined to make sure it's only a brief interruption, that as the vaccination programme proceeds and the economy unlocks, we will be ready to come back even stronger. Such is the strength of the plans that we've developed, the quality of the evidence that we've gathered through programmes like Made Smarter. Through all of this, Greater Manchester is ready to come back strong and to be a global leader in advanced manufacturing, materials, and the green and digital economies. So thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. We hope that you find today's conference useful. I would want you to use our growth company, who provide outstanding business support across our city region. We are all here to help you. We are all here to back you. Let's make sure that once again, Greater Manchester becomes a true industrial leader, leading the fourth industrial revolution in the same way that it led the first. Thank you.